We are back on MorningLine. Thanks for joining us. Josh Hunter's with us. He works with Tim Takacs at his law practice. He's a Medicare expert. You're just an expert.
An expert.
Okay, at tying your own bow ties.
Thank you.
By the way, never in the decade plus you've been coming on this show or more have you ever worn a clip-on bow tie.
That's right. I don't even have any. I don't have any.
It's taboo for you, isn't it? No,
I know how to tie them.
You are a purist. All right, let's take a quick call before we get to some more details you have to know about Medicare. But Alan waited through the break.
He did.
Good morning, Alan. Hi, Alan.
Well, good morning.
How can we help you?
Well, I'm 66 years old. I'm retiring. I actually was going to retire on Thursday and decided to stick around till the end of the year to keep it simple on my transition from the company insurance to the what I have is a Plan G that I kind of got panicked into buying last year, but I think it might be my best bet. I'm only stumbled into the difference between a Plan G and a managed care, all of that, the supplemental versus the whatever, the Advantage.
Right, Medicare Advantage.
Plans. We're going into the 15th, which is open enrollment. I'm not even sure that I have what I need or want. My biggest problem in the transition is the prescription coverage.
Right.
I can pick up the vision and I can pick up most of the rest of it.
Yeah, the vision and dental stuff. Sure.
But they don't. All these advertisements, they don't mention the well care, the nursing care at home thing coverage is on the supplemental that you don't have available on a Humana and all of the rest of them, the health care.
I see what you're saying.
That's kind of a big thing, and I guess what I'm asking is give me a source that has all of it laid out so that you can...
So you can look at it and choose. I understand. By the way, what's Plan G?
So what he's talking about, Plan G is one of the supplement plans.
Okay.
So they're denoted by letters too, because some genius thought it'd be a good idea to have alphabet soup for everything.
Plan B, Plan C, Plan C, whatever.
Yeah, it can get you really mixed up.
C minus or C plus or whatever.
Right. There's
oh man.
Yeah, there's a ton of options.
But that's okay. I mean, because before that system was put in, I mean, it was Wild West out there.
Okay. Different names and everything. And
Right.
So what he's talking about,
plans.
Yeah, it's kind of who can help you figure this stuff out. And then he had a great onion of a situation you'd want to peel through. But if you're looking for a system and you don't have somebody like us, I would recommend the State Health Insurance Assistance Program at SHIP.
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 They're excellent.
That's who I used to work for.
Absolutely. I mean, that's where Josh came from.
Oh, did you come from SHIP?
Yeah, I was a SHIP coordinator. So that was my background.
Awesome. We've had, I forget who it was, the representative that came on. We've had SHIP members on before, and they're
maybe Ryan Ramsey and
the
group with TCAD.
Yeah.
It's a good group.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of things about SHIP, I mean, SHIP is great. You know, one of the things that that SHIP is not able to do, which is...
Well, they're not great at being able to really get in and advocate for the client in the same way that a private group like us can.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is when you work for the government, there are certain things you can and can't do. You're not supposed to be biased. Well, sometimes we have clients who need somebody who's biased on their side, who can step in and say, this is what you need, and I can tell you that because it doesn't fit your situation.
Yeah, whereas coming from SHIP, you know you can't really do that.
I have
you
to say, here are your options.
Here are your options.
Yeah,
now, what if someone on SHIP is asked, if you did that to me and I was calling SHIP, I'd say, okay, well, Josh, what do you think is the best one for me?
I could always say this one's the most cost effective for you.
Okay.
So that would have been the way in which I would have pitched it to somebody and say, this is the cheapest plan next year for you and your needs.
Right. Yeah. And then probably someone like Alan, I mean, he sounds like he's intelligent enough to help him sort out those things his own.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, sometimes, when I think about myself, I'm going, okay, I turned 64 last month, and I'm going, okay, now what should I do about Medicare? And I'll go,
I'm going to turn.
That's my option, right?
Well, one extra
Nobody else has that.
I know, you're lucky.
I know I'm lucky.
I would feel bad for
but
not
Alan's
saying
going
it.
is he sounds like he's a smart guy, and he's going, how do I find somebody that will lay all this out to me
and certainly,
and let me make a choice that's best for me?
Right, and certainly, and we'll have, again, for more of our callers, the contact information after the show. But for Alan, if he's wanting to go onto the marketplace, whatever it is called, and go look at it, he has to go to Medicare.gov, and he can call up the various plans. But you said now that they have to start logging on themselves. You have to set up your
we're
own.
actually going to have a new account you have to make within Medicare.gov.
Okay.
SHIP will be able to help you do that this year if you didn't have somebody private to help you, and you need that kind of help. And that's the best way to
So
compare
you'll go on there.
plans,
No,
all
so
of
what's
them.
changed? You have to do what now? You have
Yeah, so used to you would just need your Medicare card and your basic demographic information, and you
Punch
could
it
log in and see.
And then all of a sudden, boom, they all come up, and you
There
say,
they
well,
are.
look, I've got high blood pressure, I've got cholesterol meds, which one covers that? And you can
Right.
find one that looks good to you, maybe.
Right, and now you have that extra layer of protection, but you have to make your account.
And the
That's
extra
username,
labor is you have to
password,
set up an
email.
account for yourself. So all these people have to go in, many of them who are seniors and not savvy on computers anyway, and have to come up with passwords and
right.
usernames and all that kind of stuff.
They made something that people felt was inaccessible even harder to get into.
Yeah, for
and
the
it's
people
not
who
that
really
it's
need
bad,
it.
but it's
Yeah.
They're
you know,
doing it for
wasn't a great
security
idea.
reasons, I guess?
Yeah.
Yes.
And see, I mean, I'm just thinking about this as like a horror show, all right? Because now because you could see somebody calling and saying, now Mrs. Jones, I'm going to help you with your Medicare, and you have to set up an account, and you go right there to Medicare.gov, and what is your username and your password? Say, well, let me see. Well, the one that I have for my bank is this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, John down the street set it up for me.
no.
We're worried about
That
that.
opens up a whole can of worms for people. Shysters can get access to this.
Maybe we don't think, maybe we shouldn't think the worst, but I mean, all we're doing is giving somebody else an opportunity to take advantage of an older person.
Yep. We're going to start seeing that. This is the first year this has happened?
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy.
It's a new system, just rolling out.
Well, that's where then it's more important than ever before. When you set this up, you have someone help it, and you plaster that number somewhere where you know you have access to the password, but you have someone help you set it up.
Right.
And not someone soliciting you by phone. Just don't do it.
Basically, that's probably like a cardinal rule is that if anybody calls and says, we're going to help you with your Medicare.
Medicare, Social Security, the IRS, none of these people are going to call you.
That's a great point. And we try to say that over and over. All of them will not.
Over and over again.
And no matter how convincing they sound to you, because they can Google you and get all kinds of background
they were
information.
calling my mom last week, and I was like,
yeah.
We're not allowed to do that. Don't talk to these people.
Yeah. Meaning that if you need the help, you reach out, you go to the source. If they say it's Social Security or Medicare, say, okay, well, hang up, I'll call you back. Boom. And then find the number and call it. Say, did you call me? And they're going to say, no, we didn't.
Exactly.
100% of the time. There is no wiggle room on that. They will never, ever call you.
Right.
Period. Right?
That's right.
That's true.
Okay, so is this going to be a busy time then right now? Are people taking note of this? I mean, October 15th coming up. He's going to be busy.
He will be busy.
Yeah, we'll go through and try to check, anybody and everybody we can, make sure they're on the best thing they can be, and hopefully save some money.
So how do you get started with, so think about like one of our clients. How do you get started with our client?
So what I'm going to do is I'll reach out to that person since they're part of our team. Of course, they know that I'll be calling.
Okay, that's the difference thing. They've already reached
I'm
out
not
to you, and
cold
now you're
calling them.
going.
They know us.
They're not cold calls. Yeah.
Right. So I would call and say, hey, I need to make sure you have your original Medicare card. That's the red, white, and blue card. Your most current list of medications, and then we're going to set up this account. And either I can make a email address for you. If you don't have one, we can talk about that.
What client have you seen with the most medicines? How many?
Lordy, when I was with SHIP, I had a client come to me who just had pages that just folded over.
Pills every day. They have to take that many.
They gave me like 6 months worth of like a prescription piece out, and I had to go through what they actually were and were not
Just
taking.
amazing to you, huh?
I had to log into the account 3 times because I maxed it out. We ran it 3 separate times.
So this
and pulled
woman
it
is
together.
taking how many pills a day, you think?
50.
Holy cow, that's got to be
Holy
pills
cows,
treating
right.
you for the side effects of other pills. I mean, I just think about that.
Yes,
and
I know.
It was pretty crazy.
That's the extreme. But I think the average individual maybe, is
I would
taking
say-
5 to 10 maybe a day, depending on your
right.
situation. I'm not talking about vitamins here either. I'm talking about prescription meds.
Right, and then the insulin that's so common, heart meds that are so common. These are big ticket items, and they are common. So it's so worth to check.
Yeah, okay, let's take a break on that note. When we come back, our final segment, Mary and some others are on hold. We'll get to your calls right after this with our guests.